Hi guys, today is going to be my first video of the year where we play with some single shadows, and you guys know how much I love my single shadows, so this is going to be a great video. I'm very excited. I think this is going to be a lot of fun, especially because of the brand that we are going to be, I don't want to say testing because I already have a couple of things from this brand, but I did buy some new ones on Black Friday, and the brand that I'm talking about is JD Glow. So these are all of the shadows that I do have from JD Glow. Some of these are the Galaxy shadows, and I want to say that it's this one, and like all of the bottom ones. I could be wrong, but I will of course have all of these listed that I'm going to be using in this look. And also if you want to know like any of the other ones in here, just let me know and I can tell you which ones they are. But I do have a very sad story to tell you because I did bring some of these to Norway, and one day when I was doing my makeup, I had this empty palette laying in front of me, not this one, but another one with some shadows in it, and I had brought a couple from JD Glow, in particular a red matte, which was absolutely beautiful. And then me being stupid, I ended up like knocking over the palette and the whole palette fell on the floor and 4 of my eyeshadows died. So it was a very sad time, but life has to go on. So today we are just going to be using the shadows that I have here. I do wish I had the red to show you because it was a beautiful shadow. It had a home right here and I already miss it because it was beautiful. So today we are going to be testing these out. I don't think I'm going to do any swatches. I think I just want to do an eye look because this isn't like a review or anything like that. It's simply just me playing with my JD Glow shadows, so that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna go ahead and prime my eyes with my Natasha Denona eyeshadow base, and we are just going to get into this. So here's the problem. Since I only have 3 mattes and 2 are green or kind of like chartreuse, and one is more of a like a berry, the chartreuse and the berry is not going to mix in together because they are complementary colors, sort of, very close to, so they are going to muddy up a little bit. So I can't really use these two like touching each other, and so I feel like I just need to put these two in my crease. I don't know exactly what I want to do with this color right here, if I even want to use it at all. One way that I could use it is if I do like one of my big wings and I use these two in my crease and then create a wing and then use this one to kind of create the wing with, like that could be kind of cool. So maybe I'll do something like that. I haven't done my big wing in a while. Maybe that could be kind of fun. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start with building up a crease with these two. So I'm first going to take this one. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out so I can see what this is called. So this one is in the shade Mustard. I don't know if I feel like this is really a mustard. I feel like it's a little bit too green to be a mustard. Maybe it's just me. I don't really like mustard, so I'm not really one to judge what color mustard is because I never eat it. So I'm going to take my referral number 13 brush, and these two have quite a bit of kick up. That's one thing that I noticed when I used the red one in Norway as well. This is not mustard. This is not the color of mustard. I am sorry, but I am deeply offended right now because even though I don't like mustard, I can tell that this is not the color of mustard.
Why? Why would you lie about this?
Why would you name a shadow something that is not? I mean, come on now. Like this is not okay. But this is going on the eye very, very nice and pigmented here. And that was one thing that I noticed with the red when I used it, is that I put it on my eye and I was like, whoa. Like, I didn't see that coming. Like, it was so pigmented, like straight off the bat, that, I don't know, I kind of got thrown off a little bit, but I loved it. So I'm really sad that that shadow is no longer in my life. I might have to repurchase that one next time if I do make an order from JD Glow, which I can't imagine I won't because so far I've just been so impressed by all of their shadows that I want all of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and just make sure that this is nice and pigmented and also blend it out here. I'm also gonna take this down underneath my eye. I'm going to try to keep the shape of this pretty round. Sometimes I forget when I know I'm going to do my big wing, and it's kind of just second nature for me to wing out my eyeshadow looks because I just like how that looks on me. But since I am going to do a wing here, if you haven't seen the wing technique that I'm talking about, I will have my tutorial on that linked up in the corner so you can go check it out. Next up, we're going to go into Phobia, which is the darker green here, and I feel like this is a better name for the shadow because it's not trying to be something it's not. It's not called Hot Dog, you know, like it's just a name that doesn't have a color associated with it, which I like that a lot more. If you're gonna make a mustard, it better be the color of mustard. Like, I don't think I'll ever get over this, and I don't know, it just bothers me. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this in the outer corner of my eye as well as run it through my crease and my lower lash line. So let's see how this one is going to lay down. I know I said this wasn't going to be like a review or anything, but since I haven't tried these mattes yet, I am definitely curious to see like how they're going to perform. Mostly I'm just curious to see like how buildable these are because the formula does seem a little bit on the thin side, so I don't know how well these are going to build and blend together, which is a first impression for me. And I can already tell that it's not really sticking to my eye, like on top of where I put down that first shadow. So that's a bit of a bummer because they are so nice and pigmented on their own. But I can tell that these are going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass to work with. The matte status, the shimmers are out of this world, but so far this matte formula is not my favorite. I don't know if you can see what is going on in my eye here. Like, it's kind of separating a little bit, and there's like a streak right there where nothing wants to stick, and I'm also having a lot of fallout with this. But I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to build up this side. I don't know if I'm gonna have to maybe pull in like a different kind of green to really make this the way that I want it to be, because I do want this to be like a nice look, because we are going out for dinner tonight and it's very early in the morning and I do need to wear this for like probably 12 hours. So I do want to make sure that this is going to last on me and look good. So I'm not even going to try to take this down to my lower lash line because I already know that it's just not going to work very well. So definitely next time I use this shadow, I will either use it just on its own in my crease, or I will put this shadow down first and blend it out with something else. I'm going to go grab another green because I just don't like how this is laying down, especially on this eye. I really don't know what the deal right here is. I've never seen that before. So let me just grab like a different green that's kind of similar to this and easier to work with. So I'm sure this is going to come as no surprise at all, but I'm going to take my Natasha Denona Metropolis palette and I'm going to grab this green right here and basically do what I wanted to do with the shade that I just tried. And then of course we are going to be using all of the other shades from JD Glow on my lid and stuff. So let me know if any of you guys have tried JD Glow and how you feel about them. I've never heard anyone say anything bad, especially about their shimmer shadows, and they are honestly so awesome that I don't think anybody could say something bad about them because I love them. Like, they are so unique, especially, I don't know, the shifts in them and the colors that they have and just like the range of shadows is not like any other brand that I think I've ever seen. And every time I wear one of their Galaxy shadows, all I can do is just like stare at myself in the mirror all day because I'm just so like enthralled in the whole thing. It's just so beautiful. So I'm a little bit disappointed in the matte, I'm not gonna lie. Now of course there are other formulas that are, you know, similar and that just won't stick as well because they are very powdery and stuff, but I don't know, I was kind of expecting more. So I'm gonna go back in with that first green that I used in my crease and just kind of work on the blend here before I go in and do my wing part. Natasha Denona to the rescue. I mean, this is already looking so much better. So I think I'm okay with how this is looking. Maybe I should just blend a little bit more right here. I'm gonna see if I can find a lipstick. I think I have one from Jeffree Star that's going to be similar to that matte color. So surprisingly, I don't have one from Jeffree Star that's similar. The only one that I have is You Better Work, and I don't really think that's going to go with this shadow right here because they're not really like the same. Maybe on camera it looks a lot similar. Let me just go ahead and swatch this just so I can kind of see, because I feel like these are not going to be similar, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe let's do a swatch of the lipstick too, because I do like this formula as an eyeliner. So okay, so I think that's actually going to work. So I think this is what I'm going to use. Now this lipstick is drying out a little bit, so I'm going to put a little of my Duraline into the lipstick just so I can kind of revive this a bit. Now this doesn't work like more than a couple of times because once you put this in here and you use it once, it's just going to dry up again. But it's nice for if you just want to use one of your lipsticks like 1 or 2 more times. Just put a little of this in here and then shake it up and it'll be a lot more liquidy and easier to apply. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my wing now. Like I said, I do have the tutorial linked up in the corner if you want to see like a more in-depth part, because it's really, really tough to show, but I will try to fast forward depending on like where I hold my mirror because I do need to see what I'm doing. So I think this is looking even-ish. That's usually what I aim for because it's really hard to get these to look even. So next up, I think I'm going to do a cut crease today. I haven't been doing that the last couple of times I've done this kind of technique, but given that I have these kind of colors to work with, I feel like they're not going to look that nice, like blended into the green. So instead, I'm going to go ahead and do my cut crease. But before I do my cut crease, I'm going to take a little bit more of the green and then Natasha Denona palette and just make sure that the crease is the way that I want it to be first. So I'm just going to make sure that I deepen everything up here and that everything is nice and blended. Now, of course, I am going to lose a little bit of this color when I do my cut crease, but that is totally okay. Like, I definitely could just be lazy and go in with a glitter glue and then put the shimmer on top. But the thing is that I want to have a little bit more of that matte purple that I still have yet to use, like on my lid, and blend it into the color that I used for my wing here. So I'm going to go ahead and take my P. Louise base. I only use this for cut creases because I just don't really like this for anything else. I also don't really like it for cut creases, but since I have it, I might as well use it for that. I haven't really found anything that I like for cut creases, to be honest. I feel like this one is just a little bit too liquidy for me. And I also have tried the Anastasia one, and I find that one to just be, I don't know, it dries too fast. I don't like it. So I'm basically gonna cut my crease all the way from the inner portion of my lid here out to where the wing part begins. So I'm just gonna trace my lash line here with the concealer or the base or whatever you want to call it, and then look up and just kind of follow where the transfer is here. And I already went above that on accident, which is fine. Like, I would rather cut my crease a little bit too high than a little bit too low. And obviously if you don't have hooded eyes, I don't think this technique is really going to work for you, but I mean, you could try it still if you wanted to. But if you don't have hooded eyes, you could just do a regular wing, you know, you don't have to fuss with all of this. So I'm just meeting it up with the tip of my wing here so that everything is going to merge together. And I'm also just going to tap that out a little bit here to make a bit of a better transition. All right, so I think the hard part is done. Now, the thing is, are these even? I feel like they're not even at all, but they also kind of look even at the same time. I don't know. We're just going to have to roll with this. It's going to look better once the shadows and stuff are on. So I'm not going to go into the shadow that I feel like I've been talking about using for the last 10 minutes. This one is called Bramble, and I'm basically going to pack it over where I have my wing and then kind of fade it into my lid as well. And you'll see what I'm doing when I'm doing it, of course. And this shadow is very, very dry and kick-uppy, so I don't know how this would work like on its own, but I think for this purpose it's going to work very nicely here. So I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, fade this in about halfway on my lid, and I am going to put shadows on top of this. So I just want to make sure that I have enough of this on my lid so that the gradient into the wing is going to look like it belongs here. And I'm using my referral 3 brush, which is just great for a little detail work like this because it's so small, and it also just picks up mattes beautifully. And I'm also going to, like I said, just kind of put that onto where I put down that lipstick as well. Just try to make sure that everything is nice and opaque here. And I guess these two colors worked very well together. For some reason I thought that like in the tube the lipstick looked so different, and also in the pan the eyeshadow looks so different than the lipstick. So I'm glad I swatched them out because these are like almost the same color. Like, that is pretty cool. So the real question now is, what do I want to do on my lid? Because I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of these colors that don't really go together. I do want to use this one though. Maybe I shouldn't use this. Have I used this on camera before? This is Anomaly. Like, I feel like if I were to put that between like the blank space where I don't have any shadow yet and kind of layer it over this outer corner shade, like maybe that could be really pretty. And then on the inner portion I can use maybe like a light blue or maybe a green. I don't know, but I'm also thinking I'm tempted to use this color right here, which is kind of more of a pinky color, and I really love pink and green together. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's give this a little swatch here. Oh, I think that could be really, really cool. Even though I love Anomaly so much, I just feel like I've used it on camera before and I've yet to use the shadows, so I think I'm going to use this. This one is from their shimmer collection and it's called Macaroon. I don't know why that word is so hard for me. Is it macaroon? It's spelled with 2 O's. Like, is that something different than macaron? Is that like a different thing? I'm so confused right now, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this. I'm definitely going to spray this because this has a lot of like glitter particles in it. That's just going to come out and be a lot more beautiful if you do. So like I said, I'm gonna put this on. I just need to remove the cat hair from my brush. I'm gonna put that in the middle of my lid here, and then I'm gonna probably fade it into something else. And I'm just going to gently layer it over this wing here. And these two colors are just blending in together so well. Oh, I'm really happy I went with the shadow because I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do. But like I said, I just love the combination of pink and green so much that I really just wanted to do this. So let me know what you guys want to see from my next singles video. I don't think I have any new brands after this that I can do like a first impression with or anything like that. Do you want to see like a singles bingo or singles roulette or something like that where I pick a brand and then take all of the shadows that I have from that brand and do a palette bingo with? Let me know if you have any other suggestions. I'm definitely open to listening to you guys' input because this series is more for, you know, my loyal subscribers, because I don't really feel like a lot of other people are going to watch these. So whatever you guys want to see, just do let me know. And then I think for the inner portion of my lid, I honestly don't have a lot of choices here. I feel like it needs to be like something that is light enough that is going to go with this look. And I feel like the only one that I really have is going to be this one. Wow, that's beautiful. Let's see, can I use this one maybe? Oh man, that could be nice too. What about this one? And that's gonna be a little bit too dark. It's gonna be between these two. I feel like they are both so beautiful, but I do think I'm gonna go with this one because it's like kind of on the green side and I feel like it's gonna go a little better with the look. So I think that was this one. So let's see what this one is called. I feel like I've used this one too before though. This one is prismatic, so I'm gonna go ahead and take that on the rest of my lid here where I don't have any shadow yet. So let's see how this is going to come together here. This one is a little bit harder to just pick up on a brush here, but you just need to kind of build it up a little bit. Oh, and oh my god, oh, I could die. That's so pretty. Oh my god, I hope this isn't going to like completely take over the look, but I mean, even if it does, I'm not really mad at it because this is so beautiful. Oh my god, I'm so obsessed with this look already. I cannot wait to see what it's going to look like when it's all done. And I don't know what it is, but every time I do a look like this with like my big wing, I just feel like kind of a superhero. Like I just feel so cool and so powerful and just, I don't know, I just love it. And I think for my lower lash line as well, I want to take a bit of this green up here because I just want to try it. I don't think I've tried most of these shadows. So this is chartreuse, which is, I feel like what that matte shade should have been called, which is probably why they didn't call this the other one chartreuse, because they already had one named chartreuse. And I'm going to put that just in the inner portion of my lower lash line here. Like I just love having a little bit of a pop of something shimmery on my lower lash line, but not all the way across. I prefer to just have it like in the inner portion here because it just opens up your eyes a little bit. So I think I want to just leave it here. I think this looks so fun. So what should I do in my waterline? Do I want to find something like purple? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when I put purples and pinks in my waterline, it just looks kind of weird, but I also kind of want to try it. So I'm thinking I want to use this one from ColourPop. This is called Piggy Bank. So I'm going to put that in my waterline. I'm going to do some liner mascara, put on a lipstick. Don't know which lipstick I'll do with this though. I don't know. I'll find something fun and then I'll be back and show you the completed look, and I'm already so excited. Okay, so here's the look all done. Now, I wasn't originally planning to do like an ombre lip. I don't even know if you could call it that, but I realized I have two of these eyeliners from ColourPop, so I'm just going to make one of them into a lip liner. So that's what I did. So this is Piggyback, the same that I used in my waterline, and I used that to line my lips with. And then on top, I put the Wet n Wild High Shine lipstick in the shade Berry Down Low. I really thought that it would match the lip liner perfectly, or the eyeliner, whatever you want to call it, but this turned out to be like kind of a lighter, more not opaque, not translucent, not like see-through, but it's just like a different color. But I really like how these two work together, and I'm kind of obsessed with this look. I think this turned out so fun, so I can't wait to wear this the rest of the day and just, I don't know, feel good about it, you know? So that's gonna be me trying out some of my JD Glow shadows as my thoughts. Not really a big fan of the mattes anymore. Like I said, the red when I used it was good, but I did just use it on its own. So I feel like that is the best way to use those shadows. Like they're just not going to blend very nicely into each other because they are so powdery. It's almost like working with a pigment that has a little bit of a binder in it. I don't know if that makes sense if you haven't tried loose pigments, but that's kind of how I felt working with these shadows, and I don't really like how they work along with other mattes. So yeah, that's gonna be my thoughts on the mattes. But the shimmers, I love JD Glow shimmers. I think that they are fantastic. They are so unique. They are so just different and beautiful and shiny and sparkly and shifty and just, oh, everything. So yeah, that's gonna be it for my singles. I want to say like Singles Tuesday, but that's not really a thing. I'm not going to make that a thing, and I don't even know what day this is going up. But yeah, let me know what you want to see me do for my next singles video. I would love to hear your input. So thank you for watching as always. If you want to see some other singles content, you can click on one of these. And if you're new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one.